Musa paluma, la tuca manai, Zimba kaluma, lo jatadai.
Hey girlie, where are we going?
To the airport.
Querido
Well, we're off again. Bus to train to airport, the usual pre-trip obstacles. This time, we're bound for Peru and then on to Chile.
Zimbale, dumi kajula, na punta que.
One of my tricks to avoid doom scrolling is to randomly open Google Flights and just click on the Explore tab and see what you find. Basically, it's like the lottery, but instead of winning millions of dollars, you end up sitting in the back of a budget airline for a flight that you did not pay very much money for. But in this case, it worked with insanely cheap flights to Peru. I'd lived in Peru in 2009 and 2010, and I'd been back a few times, but I hadn't been able to take my family yet, which felt kind of lacking, that they hadn't met seeing this country that's really important to me and the family that I lived with while I was there. Plus, it was December, and that seemed like the perfect time to escape the Northwest winters and go get some sun. I know, tough choices, but we'll all live. Now, I love watching those footage of us all together. Claudia, Natalie, Susana, Herman they were so important to me in my 20s when I lived there. They just introduced me to life outside the US in a way that nobody else ever had before, and welcomed me into their home and just made me feel welcome and enjoy the Peruvian lifestyle. Now, years later, to get to walk the same streets of Lima and see my kids interacting with them and laughing and how joyful they are was really something pretty special. And in order to stave off jet lag, we started off by going to Lima's historic center. It was a beautiful area, and honestly, with Christmas decorations, it made it feel even more special. This is the same spot that I once was on national television doing a header competition during the 2010 World Cup. We won 6 Coca-Colas. I've always tried to speak Spanish to my kids, so being in Peru was going to be a fun stress test of that. Lena has never been one to actually choose to speak much Spanish back to me, but her comprehension has always seemed strong. So to actually see her in Peru understanding what all my Peruvian family was saying was really special, and really like a validation of this is why we've been practicing all these years. Luckily though, my Peruvian sisters are kind of the same, but the opposite. So it was really cool to see like the three of them sitting together and each just speaking their own language, but understand the others and really enjoying every second of it. And of course, like traveling is full of wonderful cultural experiences, but also sometimes you go to McDonald's because the play place is indoors and Ronald usually springs for AC. We decided to hit the Lima Zoo, which is called Parque de las Leyendas. Now, we weren't gonna lug a stroller halfway around the world. No problem though, because the hustle culture in Peru is very strong, and someone was renting them right outside the gates. Need a stroller? Sunglasses? Maybe a washing machine? Somebody's probably selling it.
With my family, and this is a llama, and I'm at the zoo. The llama! It's right there! These are the cleaners. They're really skinny necks and they can run really fast.
Now, as I am a photographer, we get to answer the questions of which cameras did I bring, because that seems incredibly pertinent. First, I started off with my Leica M6, with the Voigtlander 35mm f1.4 Nokton Classic, the world's longest named lens. And then for this, I only shot Kodak Gold 200 film in it just because I wanted to keep things consistent. That film is designed to be like a consumer vacation fun film, and so that seemed like exactly what I was doing, so it seemed like the natural choice. And then for medium format film, I also had my Mamiya 6 MF here, which that one I had a little bit more variety in, so I've shown Portra 400, some Gold 200, maybe some Portra 160 as well. Just trying to, because those are what look best on this camera. And then for video, it was either on my iPhone or on my Canon R6s and stuff. So, you know, basically just enough so that my carry-on camera gear weighed as much as my children combined. Traveling with kids means chasing big epic moments. And it also means lots of playground. Luckily, Lima has lots of them, which, I mean, in hindsight is like super obvious. It's a city. People live there. They need to get their children out of their house too to go play, so we went and joined the locals. Turns out that swings are the real universal language.
The noise is fading on its own. I let the quiet in. Windows open, afternoon, dust in lines of golden bloom. Every sound is soft and slow, like the day knows where to go. I don't feel the need to move, don't feel stuck, don't feel improved.
After a few days, I kind of had that itch to go take some real photos. We were staying near a busy street, and so I decided to try a little bit of street photography with my Leica.
I don't need unique sound. Everything I try to be feels lighter when
I headed out for part of the morning commute to photograph the bus stops, the commuters, the people getting breakfast on the road. Lima is an enormous city, and so public transportation is a really important part of daily life. I feel like these photos I'm not getting it right now. Like, I'm not in the flow. And also, though it's morning, which usually people don't care, there's like not enough going on and people are already set up. So I'm getting a lot of like, what are you doing looks and stuff. And so, I don't know, I'm just wasting film. On our last day in Peru, we went to a place called La Punta, which is the westernmost point of Lima. It wasn't jaw-dropping or anything, but also that's kind of not the point. I feel like the more you travel with kids, the more you're just like, we're looking to have fun together and to do something that feels like we're enjoying ourselves, and it definitely scratched that itch.
If the future calls my name, I'm okay. I don't need a outrun day. I don't need a better pace. If I slow the need to know.
Yeah, what's the La Punta? What is it? Is it a... oh, it's...
Breaking nothing pulling me away. I'm still here, not escaped, and just letting the moment stay. No big answer, no clear sign, just this steady state of mind. I'm still here, and that's enough for this second. Just this space when I stop the constant chase. I'm still here, open handed, not afraid of standing still. I'm still here, empty canvas, letting life decide the fill. No conclusion, no demand.
And then that night, we headed to a place called Parque de las Aguas, which is a very famous little fountain park in Lima. It is really fun, it's kitschy, it's silly, and especially at Christmas time, like it was extra kitschy and silly. It's also impossible for anyone not to start giggling when there's water shooting up at them and getting sprayed in it from every direction.
Still here.
The wheels of the train go round and round.
And with that, it was time to say goodbye to Peru. Say goodbye to my family, who I love dearly, and hopefully it won't take this long for us to head back there. But we're back at the airport on our way to Chile.
And we just got off our plane.
He's moving, so am I. No map, no master plan.
Hey, what's over there?
Super big mountain.
After landing in Santiago, we got cars and drove west to a town called Quintai to meet up with our friends Jesse, Jason, and then their son Griffin.
This is my place, this is my time. I'm on my way, yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Don't know where I land, but I'm good today. I'm on my way, no need to explain. Every road feels right when you feel this free. Phones keep ringing. World's too loud, but I like the noise right now. Hey, every corner something new. Every life feels breaking through. No rear view in my mind. I leave the doubts behind. I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm on my way. Hands in the air like it's meant to stay. Like it's meant to stay. I'm on my way. No rules to obey. Every road feels right when you feel this free. Maybe this is all.
Pretty sad in my
You're in the pool?
Yeah, the pool.
Photographically, I loved Quintai. It's small, colorful, bright, and we were there right before the tourist season actually started, so it still felt really quiet.
Moving, don't slow down today. I'm on my way, and I'm wide awake. Every step I
The boats were probably my favorite subject, which just looked great on Kodak Gold. Now, if you take a whole vacation, it's usually hard to pick out your favorite sunset, but this probably was mine from this trip. It's not like the sunset was anything super spectacular. I mean, it was beautiful, but it was time to just run around and to laugh and to have fun together on the pier. Sometimes you travel thousands of miles and then you make a bunch of little tiny small memories, and those are the ones that matter the most.
You did trick me.
The next morning, we went to the whaling museum that's in the town, which, as I was there, I thought I was just making these epic masterpieces, and in hindsight, I was not. No, I was not. I'm pretty sure I overexposed everything and really didn't spend enough time on my compositions. It's a humbling reminder that not every frame you take is worth putting up on the wall. Then it became time to have a cross-country road trip, which in Chile is an hour-and-a-half drive. It is a very skinny country, which I guess means it's like, it's me, but in country form. Do you see, what is that?
A pool?
And what is that over there?
Hold on, we're wet.
Do you see that view? Look at that view! From there we headed up into the Andes. There was some beautiful light, it was a beautiful evening, and the goal of the next day was to see some glaciers. The problem was that we forgot to buy gas. And in case you're wondering, no, there are not gas stations at 5,000 feet up in the Andes.
Yeah. Do you know what's on the top of that mountain? A glacier. There's a glacier up there.
Glacier up there. A mile high.
After a few family photos, flipped it around and coasted 20 miles back down the hill. The silver lining was that there was a mariachi band for dinner. That's the wrong country as well, but it was fun. So the next day we piled in the cars and decided to go for round 2 up in the mountains. This time we went to Cajon de Maipo and the valleys surrounding it. But it was windy. Oh my goodness, was it windy. This is not a gentle breeze. This is the kind of wind that makes you really question the decisions you've made.
Maybe tomorrow.
We'd planned on having a picnic, but it was so windy we actually had to eat inside the cars because our food would have gotten blown away. And in order to make space for all of us, we put the car seats on the outside. And when we were looking up, we saw them starting to be tumbling off down the horizon. But photographically, I was in heaven. The square format that the Mamiya 6 offers really lended well for those kind of perfect 45-degree angles to cut through the frame. And yes, I climb on top of things. I just always do. Erica makes fun of me. She's like, look at that, are you gonna go climb it? Yeah, probably. And the view is always so much better from 9 feet higher than you currently are. After this lovely mountain time, we decided it was time to go down the valley into wine country.
Morning light through open blinds, another day, another try. No big plans, no perfect scene, just my feet on solid ground again. Coffee cooling by.
We stayed at a place called Casa Origen, which was probably our favorite hotel of the whole trip. It was a boutique hotel on an organic farm. The proceeds went to fund to school. It was beautiful, delicious, meaningful, kind of checks all the boxes.
Still alive today, there's more than enough. Sunlight on my face, I don't need the rush. Still alive today, I'm right where I stand. Not everything's clear, but I know who I am. Phone keeps buzzing, world moves fast, but I don't have to chase the past. Every step, a small repair, finding hope and getting there. It's okay.
It's hot out. I smell the flowers. It smells like lavender.
As soon as we were settled, it was time to go wine tasting.
Still alive today, that's more than enough. Wind against my skin, I can feel the love. Still alive today, no need to pretend. I'm not fixed or finished, just here in the end.
Which, if you've ever gone wine tasting with a child before, knows that it's usually best for one parent to do the wine tasting and one parent to do the child wrangling. I was the wrangler. Honestly, wandering around the Santa Rita winery with an 18-month who was trying to fling himself off of things was kind of its own experience and just a fun time to take some photos of my kids being feral in a very fancy setting. I kind of fell in love with Carmenere wines here. Now, there's a lot of things that taste great in the moment, and then you find later that you're like, I don't know if this is actually good. But when the flavor is connected to a good memory, it kind of makes it even better. So, I don't know, maybe it's subjectively not the best for you, because it kind of tastes like a Cabernet Sauvignon, but with a lot of green pepper in it. But that said, now that this wine is mixed in with my vacation, like it makes it way more special because it's got so much more memory depicted in. This particular wine actually went extinct in Europe, but because they planted it here in Chile, they were able to revive the whole thing, and now it's being regrown. It's a really cool story and really fun to see the way that winemakers around the world are working to preserve their various types of wine. The next morning, Nico and I had a sunrise exploration of Casa Origen. Cows, plants, beautiful light. Really simple, beautiful, and a really fun time with me, a little dude, and a gargantuan Chilean flag. In case you were wondering, the Chilean flag has the red bar all along the bottom like that, whereas the Texan flag has the vertical blue stripe that goes all the way to the bottom that way. They're confusingly similar.
The crossing called when dusk grew cold. A place for stories to unfold. I find the stones now worn and bare. voices left just evening air. The bridge is gone, the path unclear, but still I feel you linger here.
From there, went on to some more wineries.
We are the echoes on the street, the fading light of someone's dream. Though time
I ate so many French fries. As a vegetarian, Chile was actually surprisingly easy to get by without eating meat. I mean, it's far from perfect, but it definitely is a lot better than a lot of other countries I've traveled to.
I whispered names into the mist. Each one.
Our last night with JC and Jesse was just kind of a perfect, joyous, this was a great time together with lots of wine, laughter, taking photos in a field, and just enjoying good time with good friends.
Beneath the ever-changing sky, I reach through reeds and shifting ground. Your voice is there, a haunting sound. Though years have passed and names are worn, the crossing waits where we were born.
We woke up the next day to go to another winery because, what, you thought we weren't going to go to a winery on the last day? Come on.
They guard the truths.
This time we went to a backyard winery, like literally in a dude's backyard. Like we pulled in, parked in his driveway, went into his backyard, and had some of the most minerally dry Carmenaires that I'd had yet. Like, it's like licking a salt rock that someone had rubbed green pepper on, which is a terrible description for a very delicious wine.
We are the echoes on the street, the fading light of someone's dream. Though time may wash the trail away, the crossing sings, we've not decayed.
With that, we flew south to Puerto Montt into northern Patagonia.
With the tide,
When we landed, the Hertz counter was already closed for the night, so I had to run back to the airport the next morning. Don't be like me and actually read things thoroughly, which is not exactly my strong suit.
nothing to hide. Stay.
Now, Chile loves their dogs. Everywhere there's a puppy. Good dogs, chill dogs, Negro-approved dogs.
Slowly into the light. Waves carry me.
Leaving Puerto Montt, we went to a place called Aguas Calientes for their thermal baths. It was lush, it was green. Yeah, honestly, kind of felt like the Northwest, but maybe with a little bit of Scandinavian mixed in.
So wait
Chile.
In Chile. In Chile. I mean. Isn't there 2 waterfalls? Isn't that crazy?
You expect it to be cold, but put your finger in it. That's crazy. I made our family hurry through dinner because like, we're gonna drive up to the top of the ski resort and have the most epic sunset. It wasn't. We couldn't see the sunset at all. Sometimes I fixate on things and I just kind of have to do it, and it's kind of annoying to everybody else. And like half the time it turns out really awesome, and half the time it feels like a huge letdown and waste of time. I don't know, I still like those odds. Can you try it and tell me what you think? Okay, cool. Well, welcome to vacation. Wait, so what happened with the cereal?
Well, Joe, you decided to add milk to it, but didn't bother to check if it was hot or cold.
And why are you eating it?
Because Lena would rather have strawberries and yogurt.
The next morning came our border crossing fail. We had planned to go have Christmas in Argentina. But though all the humans were allowed into Argentina, the rental car was not. Again, remember the thing about reading things fully and knowing all the rules? Again, I didn't do it. It's all my fault. Our rental car did not have the correct paperwork to cross the border, and therefore we couldn't do it. Which meant that suddenly, surprise, you gotta figure out a new plan for Christmas, which is totally not stressful to try to do at the last second at all. Eventually, we pivoted and decided to head towards a place called the island of Chiloé to be able to spend our Christmas holiday. As we headed that way, we drove around Lake Yanquihue here with these beautiful tall mountains, deep blue waters, and we even got to stop at a brewery that had like inflatable play toys for the kids. Although the wind had claimed one and blown it into the neighboring cow pasture. So we went to the town of Portra, which is kind of like the touristy town in the area, and Eric took the kids that I could go help Santa Claus know exactly what my kids would like for Christmas. And then luckily Santa also had some teenagers who were there wrapping gifts for them, which was so helpful. So many heroes making sure that Christmas was awesome.
What are we gonna go do?
I do not know.
After leaving Punta Arenas, we drove across and we were going to take the ferry to Chiloé, which is this really cool kind of classic landing style ferry that just drives up and a bridge drops and you can drive right on and then drive right off. I've now done ferries in a bunch of different countries and it's always kind of weird because you're just like, I don't know what the rules are going to be, but more so than any other thing, it just feels like just find a car in front of you and just do what they do because they probably know what's up, and nope, it turns out. But after we were on board, it felt like the boat was just sitting there. Like, where are we going? Are we gonna leave? Then I hear off in the distance, jingle, 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 ho, 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 ho. Vroom. Yep, we were waiting for Santa Claus. Yeah, Nico was both thrilled and terrified simultaneously. Kind of feels like a lot for a little dude. That night we arrived in our clifftop cabin in Cocotué. It's just 2 or 3 rooms, a wood fire, perfectly crescent-shaped bay. It's kind of now one of my favorite places on earth, although I also don't really ever want to go back because the magic was wonderful and I don't mess with the magic of a memory.
Earlier we saw a purple crab leg, and we saw a green beetle, and me and Joe buried it, and I wrote a cross on it.
Also just dead.
Yeah, because it was dead.
Is there something that happened to your teeth?
Look,
What happened?
I lost a tooth.
Il sole brucia dolcemente, oh amore, bella mia, latte macchiato, più di un sapore, sei il ritmo nel mio cuore. Oh. Latte macchiato, cremoso, caldo, pieno di stile, il tuo calore mi accarezza, un caffè che parla in poesia, sei più di una bevanda.
We had a great Christmas Eve. We played in the mud, we splashed in the water, we had dinner at a local restaurant and drew giant letters in the sand.
Nel cuore d'Italia sei pura magia, bella mia, latte macchiato, caldo come il sole, brucia dolcemente.
Clover, and he loves them.
What does he love?
He loves flowers.
Cuore.
Ciao bella, ti ho vista al bancone, il tuo profumo, latte macchiato, e ho perso la testa.
And as the kids went to bed, I slipped out for a few photographs of the sunset. Honestly, I feel like these photos look a lot like the Oregon coast, which again, it feels odd to travel a very long way to come up with something that feels so close to home. But I was outside in a t-shirt in December, so I'm gonna take the win.
Take your time to complete. I ain't wanna rock star. I can't be the one for you, but you let me wait here. I'm impatient, but I take it. I know you know that I won't be far. Let me fix your scars. Just one call.
On Christmas morning, Nico and I started the day off with a sunrise walk, and then we came back as the kids tore into their presents.
Okay, Nico. Here, can we come open it over here?
You cannot tell me that you're innocent. While all your clothes are falling off right now. Okay, your body tastes of cinnamon. Now you want me to turn you upside down.
We then proceeded to spend the rest of the day playing on a completely empty, sunny beach, and it just kind of was an unforgettable, perfect Christmas.
Tell me you want it just as much as me, baby. I won't be far. Let me fix your scars. Just one call. Oh my God, girl, I'd be down if you were there. Daddy can hide away your sight. You want that, baby? I can reach your mind.
The day after Christmas, it was time for some penguins. We boarded the boats. They had these like rolling platforms. Everybody gets up on the platform and then they push you out into the surf and then you climb onto the boat. It was one of the most creative solutions for boarding boats I've ever seen. A little sketchy, but highly entertaining.
We're on a boat in the water. Look. Boing.
What are we gonna go see?
The penguins. This is very, very fun.
Say, you don't gotta pay it back.
All the time.
It's overseas, relax. Scrolling facts mixed with fiction. Confidence sounds like conviction. They spread it like truth.
On a horse.
Yeah?
Right. Sounds clean, sounds simple, sounds airtight, but that's
His name is Maximus.
That's not how contracts hurt. You clicked agree, you crossed that line, jurisdiction.
From there, we headed on to the town of Castro, which is a town that's famous for its houses on top of stilts over the water. It's cute, walkable, and apparently a center for where they harvest seaweed. Who knew?
Why being foreign doesn't mean untouchable. Being online doesn't make it uncollectible. No free pass, no legal trick. If it's your name, it's your risk. They won't tell you about collection agencies based right here working locally. Won't tell you about charge-offs, credit hits years written off. Won't tell you civil claims exist heart breaks more than terms of service list. They sell it short for views and clicks. They can't chase you, that's the myth. If it was true, it'd be everywhere. Banks would collapse overnight on fair, but systems don't break from TikTok logic. They're built for scale and cross-border audits. Being foreign doesn't mean immune. Contracts travel faster than rumors do. No free money, no safe excuse. That doesn't care what country's on the news. In foreign. International companies operate locally.
How does that feel?
Enforce locally, collect locally. Fraud isn't erased by geography. It's just delayed until reality. Yeah, modern scams.
I also got a tattoo there. It's a pudu, which is a tiny deer that's native to Chile. There are roadsides for them anywhere, and I like to get tattoos on my left leg as just memories and documentation and fun joy of various travels from around the world. So it felt right. Well, it felt left, but you know what I mean.
There is no method, no loophole play, no country swap that clears your name, no glitch, no shield, no magic line. Contracts follow credit binds. Think before you trust. Comments over contracts because laws don't.
One of the evenings I tried to go out and make some photographs of the stilt houses, but the tide was out and the light wasn't that great. I don't know, they're very forgettable photos now, and it's just kind of, you can't win them all. Though after this trip, I was playing the GeoGuessr game. And I got it of this bridge. I was like, oh, I know exactly where that is to the foot. I have stood on that bridge. Perfect marks. After that, we ferried back to the mainland and went back to Puerto Varas. From there, we ferried back to the mainland and drove back out to Puerto Varas for our last night in the south. And yes, we fed our picky eater more ice cream. Because sometimes you just got to get calories into your kids. Vegetables can be a Seattle problem.
Lantern sparks in the drifting air, tracing paths to a world so rare. Bamboo veins humming in the flow, steps of envoys known by the glow. Feather robes brushing on the night, creatures shifting out of sight, crossing realms with the quiet scar.
Our final stop was 36 hours in Santiago. Erica had been there during the 2010 earthquake, and so our high-rise Airbnb was a little triggering to her. But it was a really fun city, and we were in a really good neighborhood that was very walkable, great restaurants, so many options and stuff, and really was an awesome time to explore.
Now we're in Santiago, Chile. We're having dinner.
And then what?
Me and Nika have lemonade, and it's so sour.
What do you see out
We
here?
even got one last family photo, though. The lady we asked, I have never seen someone struggle so much with a camera before. Like, she looked really put together. I was like, oh, you'll be fine in this. And just like, what do I do with this thing? But it works. I don't know. It's a photo.
Ah, okay.
We did it. I think we ended up using it as a Christmas card anyway.
Down there, when you get to the bottom.
Okay.
Middle of the stairs.
How many stairs do you think there are?
Like 100.
Oh, 100 stairs.
Yeah.
Can you point me over the edge?
This epic, we'll find our way. Together we'll face another day. As we wander through this endless night, finding hope in the softest light. The piano's tune, the Savior's call, in every rise and every fall. With each I'll play for you. I'll be your melody, soft and true. Lift you up when you're feeling blue. In this epic, we'll find our
My best ice cream cone in Chile.
way.
Whole family, thanks for a good trip.
And you, through the highs and every low.
And that was the end of it. So go do cool things with your family. It doesn't necessarily have to be around the world, but make it intentional, because those are the memories that'll last.